We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Conquer Rundown, the podcast. Today, I have a very special guest. This young gentleman has been in my program for 3 years now. He was in charge of a big part in our previous project, the Every 15 Minutes. He was in charge of the drunk driver story. The entire film was based on his footage. You could say that. And today's guest is Ozzie Garcia. Ozzie, welcome to the podcast.
Yup, happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So, again, as some of you guys who might just be tuning in and joining us on this third episode, the Every 15 Minutes program was a project geared and designed and targeted to juniors and seniors, and Ozzie happens to be a senior this year. And this program is about drinking and driving and all the effects that it has on our community, all the negative effects, everything that we go through when someone takes that selfish decision to drive and put a lot of people in harm's ways, and the aftermath that comes from that decision. And Ozzie, so let me first start off by asking you, so what were your thoughts going into this project? What was going through your head?
I didn't hear about this before we did it, so it was pretty new to me.
Bring this microphone a little bit closer to your mouth like that. You're good. So it was brand new to you. Good. So that's what we wanted. We wanted this to be a fresh slate. I didn't want you guys to come into this project with some, preconceived shots of. I wanted this to be brand new, a clean slate. So good to hear that. So let's talk about this project right from the beginning. I placed you in charge of the drunk driving story. So what were your thoughts on that? What did you think was going to happen, and what actually happened?
I mean, it was pretty chaotic, I'm not going to lie, because a lot of the stuff, like at the sheriff's department, like when I went with Desiree, they didn't even know we were coming. Like a lot of them were surprised to even see us. So.
Again, for those of you guys that don't know, this is the first time Ozzie and I sit down and talk. This was the purpose of this podcast. I wanted to get a fresh new take on what they went through, because I keep saying this to other people. I haven't said it on this podcast. I was not really there with these students throughout this whole production. I was all over the place. As the instructor, I was here on campus navigating, negotiating some things. So Ozzie had a chance to go out and film on his own, and that was one of his responsibilities in the Every 15-Minute program. He was going to follow the drunk driver story. Her name was Desiree. She did pretty good. I was very pleased with her performance, and Ozzie had a chance to go and film this at the sheriff's station without me. So this is the first I hear from it. So tell me more. They weren't expecting you, so what happened?
I mean, a lot of it, like, they were just asking me, like, what do we want? Like, how could we do this? I mean, hey, shout out Officer Mike, though. He was cool. He was helping me with the whole thing.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Yeah. So I didn't know that. So you were really the director, the camera operator. You were calling the shots there as a cinematographer?
Yeah, I mean, I was just doing what you told me to get, like the different shots of like in the jail cell. I got a couple shots of the jail door closing, like you told me.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I was trying to get as much footage as possible.
Good. So it's been a couple of days now since we've filmed this event. Tell me, what did it feel like to see your footage up on the screen?
Well, this is actually like the first production I've ever like actually worked on, so it was cool. And also I got a lot of good feedback on it.
Yeah, tell me what.
I just had a lot of people telling me like, also it had to do a lot with like how you edited it.
Okay.
Because I saw like you put the clips together in a way that like I didn't anticipate that.
Yeah.
I just did like one long shot, but like you cut it up. You made it look real nice.
Good. Oh, thank you for that. That. So a lot of that was just the trust I had in you, and then once I saw the footage, I was like, oh man, Ozzie was listening. It's one of those moments where
like a surprise to you or something?
Honestly, yeah. A lot of the times I'm like, I know he hears me, but is he listening? Yeah. And then when I saw that, I mean, the following day, tell me, when I greeted you, how surprised was I? What was that look on my face like?
I was actually scared when I first came to you to give you the footage because I thought I didn't get like the.
Oh my God.
That scared me. I thought I was gonna come back and get beat or something.
Okay, so let me clue in a couple of people on that. So, when I filmed this project, I split it up into teams. So we had the introduction team, then we had the court scene team, then we had the drinking and driving team, and then we had the crash site team. And Ozzie was part of that crash site team. So Ozzie had an editor, a camera operator, he was the camera operator, and an assistant assigned to him. So those three people were supposed to be working with Ozzie to make sure he had everything he needed, all the notes that he needed, and he was ready for this. And we assigned one production assistant to him, and her only job was to grab the footage from the camera, so when Ozzie left to the sheriff's station to film the jail scenes, we could start editing what he had already shot, what we had planned, the crash site. So we did a card swap. We approached Ozzie, and the first thing that comes out of Ozzie's mouth was,
I was like, "Oh, I don't think I got that shot." Oh, and the look on your face, man. Cause I saw how stressed you were during that whole production. I mean, just throughout that whole week.
Yeah.
So it was.
Yeah.
I knew it was gonna be bad if I didn't get the shot.
Yeah. So the camera itself, and here's some feedback. So the camera itself has 2 card slots for footage to be recorded. So when he said, "I don't know if I hit record," I instantly panicked, but because there was 200 students out there, I couldn't choke Ozzie out. I couldn't hit him. I couldn't hit him on the back of his head, you know. So I just said, "Let's just go. Just give me what you got." So he gave me the footage. I gave it to the production assistant, and she ran it over to the editor, and that was it. So 30 minutes passed by, and then I come down to the editing team, and I'm like, "Hey guys, tell me what's going on. Where are we at?" Everybody's quiet. It's very awkward. And it really was this right now. Crickets. It was just crickets.
Sound effects.
It was just crickets. Nobody was answering. And finally somebody stepped up and spoke up. Rebecca, our editor, she said, "Mr. Garcia, Ozzie didn't hit record. This card is empty." Oh my God. My heart sunk. I so much was going through my brain at that moment.
This was honestly like the first time I was actually excited to get in a cop car and get away from you. Ironic, but
yeah. So lucky for Ozzie, he was nowhere to be found, or we would have had a bad disagreement. So I just decided, you know what? I'm just gonna sit here. Hopefully he gave us just the wrong card, and he gave us the empty card, and he took off with all the footage. And 20 to 30 minutes passed by before he showed up, and he said, "Mr. Garcia, I'm so sorry. Good news, I hit record. All the footage is right here." So he brought it to us, and Ozzie saved the day with that footage. Let me tell you, a lot of what I asked him to do for the jail scene, he did it. He knocked it out of the park, and it really was one of those scenes that you saw the desperation in her. And that was the other thing that I asked him to do. I asked him, direct your actor. Direct your actor. She was not an actress. She's just a regular student. But I told him, direct her. Get her to cry. Get her to act. And speak more on that, Ozzie, please. While you were there, how did that go?
It was pretty cool. I mean, we at first, like, you know, we had to do a couple of takes, but like eventually we got it. She understood what was asked of her. And that's why you got a lot of shots of her crying or like praying or
I love that praying scene in the
that
back
was her
of the
idea.
car.
Thank her.
Oh man, I completely forgot to throw that at you. I completely forgot to mention that. And yeah, I got to talk to her about that. I really like that. I really wish I would have played with the audio and brought that up a little bit more, or she was looking up. But for those of you guys that see the footage, or have seen that clip, she's in the back of the cop car. She's asking the officer, "What's gonna happen to me, sir? What's gonna happen? I'm scared. I'm nervous." And then she puts her head down and begins to pray. Oh, money. That was money. The minute I saw that the class was empty and everybody had left, I was like, "Yes, Ozzie." I thought that was your call, but that was Desiree. I gotta thank her for that. Yeah, that was
shout out Desiree. She's a good actor.
So talk to me. You gave a shout out to Officer Mike. Tell me, what did Mike do? What was he? Why was he so special to you?
I mean, he also allowed me to like get all my shots. Like I know he he spun the block a couple times for me, so like I can get different shots,
Good.
like get like the shots of like the motorcycle cop. Just
Good.
and he was a good guy to talk to. I enjoyed his company.
Good. So tell me, leading up to the production, what was your state of mind the day before? What were you going through?
I was nervous.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was nervous. I told you, like, I've never worked on a production like this. Also, you know, you gave me like one of the most like crucial films. So yeah, I didn't want to mess it up.
Yeah. So Ozzie's part of my video production 3 class. Like I said, I've dealt with this kid for 3 years, and good kid. It hasn't been easy, right? We've had our moments.
You could say that.
But I felt that you had what it takes to do this without me. I tried to pick someone that has gone out on the field and has done productions without me beside him, and he's tested himself a couple of times. To be honest, he's failed a couple of times and he's succeeded a couple of times, and I just managed to balance that out and just point him in the right direction and just trust him. A lot of what we did here was just me communicating as much as possible, pointing you in the right direction, and just trusting you and just telling you, Ozzie, what do you need? What do you need from me, Ozzie? And you know, I mean, I could say you didn't need much, man. You did exactly what happened, what I needed to happen. So something interesting that happened too was when we went to the court scene. So Ozzie was also part of our court team. We went, and that was a disaster.
That was an experience.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. But I bring that up because what I always try to push onto my students is we do not give up. We do not stop. We find a way around it. We find where the problem is, and even if we can't solve that problem, what could we do to make some magic happen? And Ozzie was part of that. Ozzie, talk to me about the court scene, everything that happened, everything that went wrong, and what you learned from that.
Well, I just remember we got there like at least like 17 students deep, and I knew they like had no idea we were coming.
Again, the second time.
Yep, the second time. Y'all need to coordinate this better if we're gonna do this again, because that was a mess.
Yeah.
But I mean, we got in there and we made it work. We ended up having to use this little courtroom. Like the judge was probably someone we found in the hallway.
Yeah. So it wasn't even a courtroom. It was a conference area.
A conference room. That's what I mean.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
We just had there was like coffee stains on the table. It was a mess, but we made it work. We made it happen.
Yeah, and thank you for that, man. You kept to yourself. You put your camera together. You had your issues back there, but you problem solved it. Again, that was another instance where I told you guys, I'm gonna be busy. You guys have to problem solve this. You guys have to figure this out. All I ask is that you guys, just try before you approach me. And that's exactly what happened. You had some help there with Tyler, our AV club president, and you guys managed to work it out. It wasn't what we wanted, but it's what we got, and we made it work.
It looked decent. I mean, the way you cut it up, the way you edited it.
Yeah.
It looked legit.
Yeah. So thank you for that, man. I appreciate that. So Ozzie, tell me, what did you learn about yourself through this whole process, from the planning to the shooting to the editing? What did you learn about yourself?
I learned that I need to learn how to work better under pressure. And I also learned like positives that, this has obviously been like good experience for me to like, if I wanted to do something like this again, I learned that I could and I'm capable of it. So, yeah, it was just a good experience overall.
And that's why I chose you. I picked you because I knew you could get through it. You've got this great attitude towards a lot of stuff, and even when things are crumbling, you always say, I could get it done. I could do it. You always have this confidence about you. And a lot of the times I doubt you, man. And that's me as a teacher. I should not do that. But I try to be as honest with you as possible. I'm like, Ozzie, you're not going to get it done. Stop playing with me. I know you're not. And you always try to prove me wrong.
That's just what motivates me.
Exactly.
Like, if you're gonna think I can't do it, like,
exactly.
Obviously I'm gonna try my best to make it happen.
And that's where
that's why I work better. I work better under that pressure. So
yeah, that's where I was going with this. Yeah, that's what I appreciate, and I respect that about you. You see a challenge and you're like, Mr. Garcia said I can't, I'm gonna prove him wrong. and you do, man. So thank you for that. What I learned about you too is you know, that confidence is there for a reason, man. Like I don't know what you've done in the past, what sports you've played. I don't know what teams you've been on, but you grab that confidence, and when you do something, I see how how proud you are of your work, and that gets me going, man. Every time I see you in the hallways, what's up, Ozzie? What's up, Mr. G? We have this great chemistry, this good communication, and I'm gonna be sad to see you leave, man. This has been a good 3 years.
It's been a ride, man.
Yeah, man, it's been a great ride. So what's next for you in the future, Ozzie? Where are you going from here?
From here, probably college. See how that works. But I've been trying to branch out and do my own thing. Like I've been DJing for a little bit.
Good.
Just got my own company going.
All right.
And I've been using the stuff I've been learning in this class, man. I've been editing videos.
Nice.
Just trying to make that work. It's been an experience too.
All right. Whatever we could do to help you out, my man, I appreciate it. I'm in debt to you. You really proved me wrong. And actually, you proved me right. I picked you for a reason. I put you in that position for a reason. You had the important job, which was the drunk driving station, and the city, the industry station. You had the footage that mattered the most to me, and man, I thank you so much. You gave me everything. That was the speech I gave my students. I calmed the class down. I felt a lot of nervous energy in the air right when the show was about to start. We were here at 8 a.m, right before the school bell rings. Everybody had breakfast, but I felt a lot of energy, a lot of nervous, negative energy in the room. So I just had that speech. And what was my speech, Ozzie? Do you remember anything about that speech?
You gave us a whole little pregame halftime speech just to like get everyone hyped up. I remember we had a whole crew in this little classroom, and he was just telling us, like, I mean, honestly, I was pretty motivated after that. Like, you did a good job with that speech. It made me hype.
Yeah. So the key words were, give me everything, guys.
Yeah.
Give me everything right now. I don't ask this of you guys much. I said, give me everything you have. This is the one day where I need you to be professional, where I need you to give me everything. And you did, man. And thank you for that. I appreciate you. I've been getting a lot of compliments for the work that we did, but I always point it at you guys. I always single you out, Ozzie. I always say your name. Ozzie did this. I say Tyler did this. I said Chris did this. I always give the credit to you guys because you guys did exactly what I said. Give me everything you have this one day, and I guarantee you're going to have fun and you're going to grab something from this. And that's exactly what happened, right?
I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad it came out good.
It did, man. Thank you so much. So any other words you have for our followers out there, Ozzie?
Right now, shout out DK Productions, we going up, but other than that,
DK Productions, where can we find that? Do you have a social media page?
I have a Instagram. It's DK Productions with a Z 626. That's where I post all my DJ stuff. That's where I promote all my parties. So
all right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right here first. DK Productions, go follow him, go like him, subscribe, do everything. Hire the kid, man. I'm telling you, you want some good stuff done, this is the man for you.
Yeah, you got to come out to one of them parties with me, Garcia.
All right, let me know. Thank you so much, everybody.
Right,
and that's it for us. Thank you, Ozzie, for being our guest, and we are out.